understand what it used to be. Cause the music gon' keep declining with every minute we sit back and watch it steady denying it's a gap in the way.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy J-Max, back at it. As y'all can see, the gold digger is off yet to another, listen what I'm saying, another electrician. As y'all know, this car has been battling the same fucking issues for probably about a year now, ever since I had it retuned. The car has been battling this loss of throttle issue where it has to do something with either the ECU not talking to the IPDM module, the IPDM is not talking to the throttle, so they all work in sequence with each other, and they're not communicating right now. So whatever happens, whether it is a problem with the throttle body, it's being defective or whatever it is, because I did buy it used, it keeps going back into limp mode every time I put it on. So I had to go through pretty much a process of elimination as far as eliminating one mod at a time to see what happens. Unfortunately, this cost me quite a bit of money, where it is pretty much down to the throttle body. The throttle body lasted maybe a couple of days before it went back into limp mode after I reinstalled the tune, put back on the 4-inch map, everything. After I removed everything, it's still back in limp mode. So whatever it is the first guy charged me to do, he pretty much did not do it because the problem is still there. Now, I've been trying to get this car back to this guy since, I would say, November of last year, because I mean, I had a little bit of money saved up. I wanted to get this car out of the way so at least I could enjoy it before the winter comes. He kept beating around the bush, how he's too busy to take the car on and blah, blah, blah. Must I remind you, this is something I already paid this guy to do, but he unfortunately keeps giving me the runaround. When I call him, I don't get him. When I do get him, he's pretty much giving me a sob story as to why he can't take it. Now, I had the car. I called another guy. He said, bring the car across, whatever. Right now, pretty much, I am on the hunt trying to find honest, good, reasonable electrician. Let's just say a mechanic you could find anywhere. There are hundreds of them out there. But finding somebody to do electrical work is very hard, because you got to find somebody who is honest and who won't just pretty much charge you for fucking having your car in your shop, because that's what I feel like it is. This bill, which was about $1,700, was pretty much wasted on this car trying to figure out what the throttle body is, because the throttle was fixed. The car drove home, everything was fine, but it went back into the same problem that it had. So which means whatever he thought he fixed, he didn't fix. I am now taking it to someone else. So, this is pretty much the hardest part about owning this car right now, is trying to find good, honest people to work on my car who won't rip me off, especially with this electrical. I've heard it 1,000 times. Well, I won't say 1,000 times, that's exaggerated. A couple dozen times. Everyone's around the community, regardless whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on all the different platforms, they're saying, yo man, this car gives you nothing but trouble, why don't you just get rid of it? Now let me try to shed some light on that. As y'all may know, I got this car, this Kia, because that car was not, it wasn't reliable anymore. So I had one or two things to do. I could either get rid of that car, or I could keep it and work on it whenever I feel like doing it. Now, the reason for me keeping this car is that, as y'all may know, my whole YouTube channel is based off of this one car. I can't do nothing about this car on YouTube. I will not try. It's not a platform I want to even get into. I don't want to get into a platform like Z's or Infinities. Those platform has been done 1,000 times. With the Maxima, as most people may know, I am pretty much the only 6-speed 6-gen out here with videos, and there's a lot of people who are looking out for me. So there may be a small number of people saying, you know what, it's best to cut your ties, cut your losses and go on with it. But then there's the other guys who say, you know what, man, keep doing your thing, you're gonna get the car fixed. And that's pretty much what I want to hear. So if you think that getting another car is best for me, I am open for donations, because as y'all may know, having 2 cars financed, because I obviously can't buy a car right now, having 2 cars financed, 2 sets of gas bills, 2 sets of insurance, 2 sets of financing will be pretty much you'll be working 4 cars, and I'm not into that. This car takes quite a bit of money out of me. That is pretty much, that's all I want to do this year. I want to try to see if I could finish pay off of this car. I started a new job. You know, money's a little bit better now, so I want to see if I could get this car paid off for, so I could focus on other things, as far as, you know, getting my own place or whatever the case might be. But that's a different story. So I am headed to this guy. Hopefully, you know, this guy is an honest guy. This pretty much one of the hardest thing I've ever had to do with this car is pretty much try to figure out how to fix the car with one issue. I have one issue that's have this car pretty much disabled, which is that throttle. I am no electrician. As y'all seen, I could paint, I could powder coat, I could do this, I could modify, I could tint, I could film, I could do all the aesthetic shit, right, with the basic mechanical skin. But when it comes to electrical, I am a knob. I knows nothing about it. I know how to hook up pretty much little things, wiring harness, little shit like that. But when it comes to the functions of the car, I am in no way, shape, or form suitable to work on anyone's car any day of the week. So I've done all my, you know, do it yourself. I read up on forums. I pretty much tried to do everything I could as far as diagnosing this car on my own, but it is a shit show when it comes to this. So my next step to getting this car back on the road is pretty much that throttle. I don't know how far I could get with it, because I really want to get this car back up and racing. I don't care what nobody said. This is my race car. I'm going to get this car back on the road. But it's just one issue that keeps plaguing the car right now, which is that electrical issue. So I will do one of two or two of two things if this guy cannot get this car fixed, which is to either replace the entire electrical harness, because that harness probably brittle, it's probably damaged, breaks everywhere, whatever the case might be, or replace the electrical harness and the ECU. But first I have to find somebody who's honest enough to tell me that this is my problem, and I will have to go out and invest in that electrical harness. But other than that, this car is staying with me, because as y'all can tell, when this car is not on the road, that channel is not popping. I don't care how much Kia videos I could make, it is not a platform. It's a shitty ass platform to really open a YouTube channel on. And you know, there's too much hype around the Gold Digger. Everybody want a piece of this car, because again, especially when it comes to like TL guys, you know, a lot of those guys, I mean, I don't blame them. I was pretty arrogant and ignorant back then, but you know, times are different. I've changed. I just want to get this car back up and running, racing with no you know, hatred or whatever. If you want to just have some friendly runs, let's do that and move forward. But as for now, I'm gonna try to get this car back on the road. This is my goal for 2018. This car has to be driving. I'm not gonna spend the entire year with this car sitting in the garage or on the driveway. This car brings me in money when it's on the road as opposed to when it's off the road. So I'm gonna try to get this car back on the road. Hopefully I can, the next time I update y'all with a video, it will be something positive, or you know, you see me driving that car as opposed to this car. Not that I hate this car, nothing. This car is what it is. It's just to get me to and from work, be reliable, blah blah blah, all that other good stuff. But for now, that is my objective, to get that car on the road. So I appreciate everybody who's been sitting waiting for all this time. I got some loyal subscribers, and hopefully I can bring back some good news for y'all, man. Anyways, your boy J Max signing out. See y'all in the next video. Peace.
Generation of all the rhyme complaining, but it's really your fault. You should've ghosted. Instead, you was too busy trapping to even notice. You was following leads instead of leading the future. And now the future in your face with a Ruger ready to shoot you. Same baby you was leaving with family members and neighbors. Got the culture broke, nobody can save us. We in a state of emergency, selling ourselves short over fiat. Instead of trying to fix it, we steady chasing the teapot.
But it is precisely because I'm not just charismatic, I have wisdom. and I impart knowledge to the masses of the people who have been lied to by the government and miseducated by the system. This is what makes me dangerous. Ask those who are with me, am I
It's
dangerous
easy to
to
sell
them?
records when you program people to scream fuck the lyrics. The current state of the culture ridden with vultures in it. A lot of artists want the bag and the recognition.